All right, so here we have Bitcoin on Bybit on the 4 hour. As you see, I did move the top of this range up. I seen this last high right here. I did have this as the top of the range, which a lot of people are trading off of that. So you could count this as a breakout and a retest, but I'm gonna move the range up to these last highs. So basically we got rejected from it at the 22,730 region. Uh, we are being held up by this VPVR level right here and the 21. So looks like we could get a bounce. We are making higher highs, higher lows. We even made a higher high than this last high on a closing basis. So we'll talk about the bullish and bearish cases. Oh, by the way, uh, I want you guys to leave me a comment and tell me which uh, which way you like it better. If I tell you the bullish and bearish cases first, or I tell you the current market dynamics first, and then the bearish and bullish cases afterward. So go ahead and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Um, I was gonna make the video earlier, but I wanted to see whether we broke out or not, and so we're gonna talk about what's going on now. Uh, oh, and the interview on Saturday. I wasn't able to upload it. Some things got switched around, and so I will be uploading an interview this Saturday. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It's going to be a really good one. I got a special guest. All right, so bullish case. I'd like to see us break out of the top of this range, which I do think we will do. At 22,750. Like to see us get above there. Next level would be the 24,500 region. And that would imply that we get back above this signal line. If we do cross this signal line to the upside again, which we would need to get above 22,130. So if we can do that, I do think we enter this bullish control zone, and I do think we get deep into it. That would also imply that this MACD just retests the signal line and resumes up. We need to stay above 2869 in order to stay above that level. Your BBWP is above that moving average right now, so the BBWP measures volatility. All right, so when you're above the moving average, that means things are getting volatile. When you're below the moving average, means you're consolidating. And then you also have your upper and lower zones. You know, the upper zone is more volatile, lower zone is less volatile. So it measures your vol. So yeah, if we can break that level, I think the first stop would be 24,500, but honestly, I think we would get up to 26,500. So those are the two levels I'm looking at. If we can get above, well, we ain't even going to talk about that because I really don't think we're getting up to 28,800. I think these are the two levels. I mean, you can kind of guess what I'd be doing right here. I got my levels just in case we do make it up to there, but these were old levels. We never made it up to there. So I've made new levels on the way down. So you guys kind of guess what I'd be doing at these two spots. So, you know, not financial advice, but, you know, it's kind of what I'd be doing. All right, so bearish case is that we break this 50 at the 2800 level. If we break that 50, I think we're coming all the way back down to the bottom at 19K and probably even lower. We need to break the top of this range right now. So the bearish case is getting below this neutral median line, crossing this signal line to the downside, starting to print some dark red bars on that histogram, and your vol staying high. So your BBWP staying high. Either way, whether it's bullish or bearish, you know, you want to see this stay above this moving average in the upper zone in order to keep catching these moves. Let's go to the 1 hour. So, I mean, you got rejected, came down to the 50. We are back above the 50. So on the 4 hour, we're being held up basically by the 21, little front ran. On the 1 hour, being held up by the 50. We did crack down below it a little bit, faked everybody out, but now we're back above it. So we have 42 minutes in order to close above the 50, which will look good. We are bouncing off the bearish control zone on the RSI. Far below that signal line. We need to get back above 22.28 in order to cross that signal line to the upside. MACD, pretty fresh cross to the downside, strong downside curvature, strong negative momentum. Let's see, BBWP is very high. We did print a red signal there at the beginning of this pump. We had a nice little move. Let's check out what this was from bottom to the top. I mean, we had a 10% move. Now we're back down to 3.8 Ethereum. We're gonna get to that here in a second. So yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts for Bitcoin. As long as we can hold the 50, get back above the 21, I do think we'll break the top of this range. We're gonna have some resistance here at 22,200, where this VPVR level is. And we'll come back to it when we break the top of this range, or we break the 2450 level. Honestly, yeah, I'd be looking at 2800, 2600 to 2800 is what I'm looking at right now. So I'm going to move this box up. So let's see, 2800. So that's what I'm looking at. If we break that box, not going to look good. Let's see here. Let's move on to Ethereum. Ethereum's up 10% today. I do know why. I think it's because they are supposed to have a definite date of the merge now. So we actually did get above this red zone. I mean, we got rejected from it directly on our red zone, precision red zone. We did get above it. So we're gonna go ahead and delete this. As long as we stay above this level right here, I think we go all the way up to oh wow. It's starting to look like we could get up to 1700 if Bitcoin behaves. We did break the top of the range. So right now we did already make the measured move of the range. You can measure these ranges. So from here to here, you can make that measured move, and as you see, boom, directly on it. So this could be the move. Bullish case is that we break this last high. We're on the 1 hour right now, by the way. So the bullish case is that we break this last high. If we break 1500, 1700 is the next stop. I mean, Ethereum really recovered. I mean, we went from $1,000, up 50% almost, within a short amount of time. I mean, just on the 13th, we were at 1K. So I do expect some sort of a pullback, probably back down to the 50 at 1400. I would not be surprised if we broke this 21 and came back down to the 50. I mean, your MACD, you got a fresh cross to the downside. Negative momentum is increasing. You are out of the bullish control zone now, below that signal line. So honestly, I think you come up, retest the top of this bullish control zone. So probably come up to this purple line, maybe, go sideways for a bit, consolidate. Your BBWP is below the moving average in the lower zone, so your vol is starting to contract. And possibly make some sort of a BART. Well, this really didn't go straight up, but still, I think you might roll over a bit, unless we break this last high, 1530. If we break 1530, 1700 is the next stop. That would also imply that we get back into the bullish control zone above that signal line. MACD crosses its signal line back to the upside, start printing some dark green bars on the histogram, and your BBWP gets back into the upper zone above that moving average. But it looks like I would not be surprised if we came back down to 1400 and resumed up. That would still be a higher low. I did think that this could have barred down, but I mean, that news came out and Ethereum just shot up. Bitcoin broke the top of it, or Bitcoin got to the top of its range, broke the minor range that a lot of people would be trading off of. But, we'll find out. Bearish case is that we break the 50. We break the 50 at 1400. I think we're coming all the way back down to 1250 and possibly lower. Maybe even get a wick down to 1200. That would also imply that this MACD continues its downside curvature, actually going sharper, printing these dark red bars on the histogram past this let's see, 7.5, 7.63 level on the histogram. And once again, your BBWP getting back into the upper zone. So that's basically what I'm looking at for Ethereum. If we break this VPVR POC point of control at 1220, even 1200, if we break 1200, I think we go all the way back down to 1K. So that's what I'm looking at there. Those are my levels. Let's move on to Solana. By the way, if you guys are liking this video so far, like and subscribe to the channel. By the way, if you were in the Discord this morning, you would have been ahead of that move. So join the Discord. We talked about it this morning, and basically exactly what we were talking about panned out. So here we got Solana. Looks like we had a little bit of a BART action here. Shot up, went sideways, came back down. We are above the 50 right now. So if we can get back above the 21, you know, we're going to have some resistance here at the 42 level. But if we can get above 42.60, you know, I think the next stop is 44.15. We get above that, 47.50. And then if we get above that, I mean, we're going to go a lot higher. So we are bouncing off. Well, the bullish case is that we get up there, get this RSI back above this signal line. So above the neutral median line, which we're going to find resistance there. We're going to find resistance at the signal line. But if we can get above that, I think we get back into the bullish control zone. MACD coming down to the 0 line. Are we going to bounce again? It looks like, I mean, we got some strong support at that 0 line. I think we're going to make a higher low here. Honestly, I mean, if Bitcoin behaves, Solana could break this 21 pretty quick. It's starting to look like it. I mean, your BBWP is very high after printing that dark blue signal. The only thing that I don't like is that happened as the price action went down. So we could come down to the 38.85 region at this 100, but we'd still make a higher low. I would not be surprised if that happens, but honestly, I think that we're probably going to bounce. Let's see, we have some sort of a trend line going on right now. So yeah, see what I mean? You come down to the 0 line, still bounce. So go down to that 100 right there, and then bounce up, make a higher high. It's looking like that's probably what's going to happen. So yeah, bearish case is that we break the bottom of this red zone, 38.40. I think we get a minor bounce at the 36.75 region. Honestly, I think we would come all the way back down to 33.50 if we break the bottom of this red zone and this 100. So we could come down to the 100, even get a wick down to the bottom of the red zone at 38.42, still make a higher low as long as we hold this 100. So that's what I'm looking at. Once again, you guys like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below. One being the Discord. A lot of great conversations on trading and investing there. We stay ahead of the curve. Definitely come join the conversations. Also, links for exchanges in the description below. Some good exchanges, ones that I personally use. I took the Voyager one off because I don't use that anymore ever since they started having all that shit going on. But you'll get free crypto. I'll get free crypto. So, yeah, check them out. Everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you tomorrow.